Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Zay News Live, and welcome to this English news edition. Coming up next, Amar Saadani accused this Saturday a lobby of a campaign run by several groups so as to impose the future president of the Republic. Plus, the second Business Forum of Algeria and the UK on trade and investment is expected to be held on May the 22nd in Algiers. And later on in our news program, Egypt's military displayed wreckage and personal belongings found in the research for EgyptAir Flight 804. Hello there again, and thanks for joining us. First, in our top stories, FLN leader Ammar Saadani accused this Saturday the lobby of a campaign run by several groups so as to impose the future president of the Republic. The Secretary General of the FLN described the lobby as an octopus with five arms, including security, media, politics, finance, and administration. Getting fast, Zachary.
At a rally on Saturday, May 20th, in the province of Tabasa, the Secretary General of the FLN party, Ammar Saadani, launched a series of serious accusations against what he called a lobby of a conspiracy campaign run by several relays to impose the future president of the Republic. The security arm is broken. This octopus is trying to come back through the other arms. Financial arm, they collected money back in the 90s with this octopus. The Secretary General of the FLN party criticized heavily some journalists and the attempts of Algerian businessman Isadra Brab to purchase Al Khabar newspaper. He went even further in his accusations by describing the support of Labour Party leader Louisa Hanoun to what became known as Al Khabar case as a political agenda and an extension of what he called a security octopus. Isadra Brab, after he had made enough money, now he wants to buy his way in politics. We say to him that politics ruins money. There are some parties and small ones as well as some figures who are claiming their support for communism, democracy. The message of the Secretary General of the FLN party, which didn't exclude anyone who showed his hostility to the current regime, was also addressed to the opposition parties, which he called Salon's parties. He didn't exclude his rival in power, the Secretary General of the R&D, who didn't dodge his criticism. Saadani reassured his party activists that the FLN party will never be a part of Antiques Museum. The FLN party isn't what's cracked up to be. It's not just a party for criticism and accusations, nor is it a party for misleading and escalating political statements. Those who are in opposition just for the sole sake of oppositions are goalless and aim only for the presidential chair. We said and we reiterate to those that the chair is already occupied. Saadani has indeed rolled up his sleeves and decided to reveal what was hidden and not many dare to talk about. The Secretary General of the FLN party has reiterated his unconditional support for the President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelaziz Bouteflika, and reassuring that there will be no early presidential elections.
6 terrorists were killed this morning by the army during a patrol operation near the forest of Arish in the town of Ain Turk in Buira province, as announced by the Ministry of National Defense in a statement. Since its launch on May the 17th, this operation, which is still underway, resulted in the neutralization of 8 criminals and the capture of another, as stipulated by the same source. Moreover, 4 submachine Kalashnikovs guns, an RPK machine gun, 1 Semenov semi-automatic rifle, and a quantity of ammunition have also been recovered from the terrorists. Final year elementary phase students will be taking their final elementary phase official exams this Sunday in order to graduate to middle school. This year's exams are marked by new procedures launched by the National Education Ministry, namely no entry allowed for latecomers. Exam centers will be implemented in hospitals and expenditure rationalization will not exclude the sector. Lamia Ashush.
More than 700,000 elementary students are going to pass their end of elementary phase exams this upcoming Sunday, with many new procedures compared to previous years, undertaken by the relevant ministry to facilitate the process. Most importantly, allowing students to pass the exam in their own schools with their own educational staff, except for the supervising teachers which have been assigned from other administrative districts. And in order to cut spending and reinforce the government's expenditures rationalization policy, the sector's minister, Nouria Ben Ghabrit, will not be having any observers during the elementary final exams. Moreover, to ensure the smooth running of the exams, latecomers would not be allowed entry, and tight security measures would be implemented in and around exam centers. The ministry also opened exam centers in hospitals in 10 different provinces. The National Education Minister, Nouria Ben Ghabrit, has chosen the province of Illizi, southern Algeria, to officially launch the end of elementary phase exams this Sunday, although it is worth noting that she previously called for its annulment, only to take that decision back.
The second Business Forum of Algeria and the UK on trade and investment is expected to be held tomorrow, May the 22nd, in Algiers, bringing together around 200 British businessmen to discuss cooperation possibilities in different fields with their Algerian counterparts.
Some 190 British businessmen will participate in Algeria-UK Investment Forum in Algiers tomorrow, the 22nd of May, with a view to exploring investment opportunities in Algeria. CEO of Developing Markets Associate Said Sandhu said that British businessmen have expressed great interest in various sectors, especially industry, hydrocarbons, infrastructure, renewable energies, transport, information and communication technologies, and financial services.
What can these two countries do together? Right. You have to look at the strengths of each and how can you make sure that these two meet. The UK is known for what? The finance sector, very strong. Some manufacturing, only the top end. So we would probably, by connecting to these companies, learn how to make sure that we do the top end and we don't compete with the likes of China and India and other countries where just look for the cheap of the cheap. We know how these guys manage to keep their manufacturing at a high end and sell it at a good premium price. So that's key to learn.
The forum will be marked by the presence of the Minister of Industry and Mines, Mr. Abdeslam Bouchouareb, alongside the President of the FCE, Mr. Ali Haddad, and other businessmen. It will be also marked by the presence of Richard Risby, personal representative of British Prime Minister David Cameron, Chief Secretary to the Treasury Gregory Hans, and Chairman of the Algerian British Business Council, Lady Olga Maitland. A similar forum was held in London in December 2014 with the participation of nearly 500 companies from the two countries, which was a success, hence the decision to hold a second one. For his part, Lord Risby said that the forum would be an additional opportunity to encourage British investment in Algeria, underlining UK's readiness to assist Algeria in the diversification of its economy. He also expressed satisfaction at the development of partnership between the two countries outside hydrocarbons, referring that Algeria is a privileged partner to the UK. The forum is a strong moment in the relations between the two countries. Economic cooperation has been marked over the past 10 years by the building of a multi-sectoral partnership outside hydrocarbons.
Algeria is a big producer of energy, as you know, but not just that. There are many other things that Algeria does and could do. What it does, it's starting to do certain things that it exports, and hopefully we're planning to push and help people to export more in other sectors than the energy sector. Yeah, the side of the energy that we would like to push and develop more is not the hydrocarbons, but the renewables, and also understand how we can do more on the not just producing energy, but saving energy.
The forum would be an excellent opportunity for the two governments to assess bilateral economic cooperation and identify new areas in order to further strengthen it, and with allow businessmen to establish multi-beneficial partnerships.
In other national news, mountain bike racing, a sport that found its way back on the Algerian soil through the first edition, named the African Village Challenge, held at Benaknoun Amusement Park, has witnessed the participation of 100 bikers from all age categories who came from the four corners of the country.
Benaknoun's entertainment park was home on Friday to the first mountain bikes race edition, which carried the name the African Village Challenge, a competition held on an off-road terrain which witnessed the participation of more than 100 cyclists from different age categories, as well as Algerian clubs from several provinces, under supervision from the Algerian Cyclists Union.
We've
relaunched this activity in the country. As you can see, there's a great turnout. People are coming from provinces across the country. The first edition aims to familiarize this discipline with young Algerians in upcoming editions. It's our first participation in this first edition. The circuit is manageable so far, a bit challenging at some point, but God willing, we'll do a good job.
Mountain bike sports holds a special place in Algerian athletes' hearts, whether professional or even amateurs, given that one of the main health benefits of riding a mountain bike is the improvement of cardiovascular fitness, a sport that vanished for some years before resurfacing again through some sports events intended to bring Algerians closer to this adventurous sports.
This is a joyful event. It'll definitely allow the development of these sports in the country away from football. This will certainly benefit our youth.
The African Village Challenge is the first step towards deepening the mountain bike racing roots in our local sports agenda.
Moving on to world developments, Egypt's military displayed wreckage and personal belongings found in the search for EgyptAir Flight 804 as searchers scoured the Mediterranean Sea today, Saturday, for the aircraft's flight data and cockpit voice recorders. Karim Fasakri.
The hunt for missing EgyptAir Flight MS-AO4 intensified on Saturday as Egypt's military released a video of the first debris found during its search in the Mediterranean Sea. Life jackets, parts of seats and luggage were among items on display. The search has also reportedly recovered body parts. For the moment, it remains unclear whether the aircraft's all-important black boxes have been located, despite some reports claiming they have. Egypt and 5 other countries continue to search a wide area in the eastern Mediterranean where the plane plunged, killing all 66 passengers and crew on board during its scheduled flight from Paris to Cairo. Investigators have confirmed smoke was detected in various parts of the Airbus 320's cabin a few minutes before it disappeared. The cause of the crash still remains a mystery. However, with France's Foreign Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault saying on Saturday all hypotheses were being examined and none favored. Despite theories that a bomb may have been smuggled on board, no terrorist group has so far claimed responsibility.
At least 4 anti-government protesters were killed and 90 injured when security forces ejected them from Baghdad's heavily fortified green zone. Iraqi security forces used live ammunition, rubber bullets, water cannons and tear gas on Friday to dislodge the demonstrators from the central district, which houses government buildings, parliament and many foreign embassies. According to U.S. officials, the Secret Service has shot an armed man outside the White House. Police said that a man brandished a weapon at a security checkpoint near the building and was shot in the stomach. The White House was briefly placed on lockdown after the shooting. Officials said that President Barack Obama was playing golf in the Maryland at the time. A cyclone battered the coast of Bangladesh today, Saturday, killing at least 9 people and injuring more than 100 after lashing India's east coast with heavy rain and wind. Authorities in low-lying Bangladesh have relocated about 500,000 people into 3,500 shelters. Cyclone Runau killed at least 20 people in house collapses as trees fell on them and in landslides. Way back to Algeria now with sports news. USM Algiers celebrated today the 7th league trophy in the club's history after their game against Tejnant Defence, which ended 2-1. USM Algiers players received the league shield and celebrated with their fans after an exceptional season for the club at all levels and competitions. Usama Snoussi.
After an exceptional season in which they competed in different competitions, USM Algiers culminated their season with a historic qualification to the final of the African Champions League, which they lost to TP Mazembe, and added a 7th league trophy to their closets after celebrating the league shield in their stadium Omar Hamadi in Boulogne. We're the Champions League runners and the champions of Algeria. We played 2 consecutive seasons without a defeat. I'm very happy. The Black and Red's culmination with the league trophy came 3 games before the end of the season, and according to the players and the manager, this coronation came thanks to the combined efforts of the players, the staff and of course the supporters. The most important thing is getting the 3 points and having an amazing party with our fans who supported us for the whole season. I want to thank our president and all who loves the club. We thank God for this celebration. It wasn't easy at all. God helped us, for we worked really hard. It's really a pleasure to see fans like this. We played a good game to celebrate our trophy. We thank God because the journey was really hard, and today we are champions. The club's closet saw another title after a tiring season, and with this trophy, USM Algiers leaped to the 2nd place alongside MC Algiers and ESSC Tif for the most titled clubs in the country, and the challenge is to keep the league title at home next season.
And finally, the audience of Villa Dar Abdel Latif, downtown Algiers, witnessed a cultural exchange at its finest, where a duo between Austrian jazz musicians and the Algerian Andalusian singer Ammar Saadani sang much to their appreciation as part of the 17th European Cultural Festival in Algeria that wraps up today.
300 years ago, Abdel Latif Villa gathered the elite people, la crème de la crème of cultured and well-educated people from around the world. Today, it is witnessing a cultural artistic exchange where Austrian and Algerian music genres such as jazz and Andalusian music intertwined.
Très enrichissant de participer à une résidence musicale avec des artistes qui viennent.
It's really enriching taking part in such events with foreign artists from another musical world, where classical jazz school and the Andalusian school fused. We collaborated and prepared this in only 4 days. I sang with the jazz duo from Austria and I got familiarized with jazz music. Even our Andalusian rhythms were challenging for them.
Tout ça a été fait en 4 jours.
We asked if we wanted to work together, and they sent me the address of our mail, and we had a little correspondence and sent some songs. She sent some of her and I sent some of ours, and we both like to cooperate, and it was really great. We had 4 days to do our songs and her songs and to play with the group here together, and we are very excited to do this concert tonight.
It is safe to say that the audience enjoyed the performance to the fullest. Why not when they were taken to a parallel musical universe in which every genre had its own story?
I really liked the musical show. It had a mixture of authenticity and modernity, of jazz and Algerian music, and this place adds up to the beauty of the show.
Le concert s'est bien passé, j'apprécie beaucoup.
It all went really well. I'm a fan of the singer Ammar Saadani, and the fact that we witnessed an exchange of culture allowed me to appreciate other musical genres as well as ours. I'm really pleased.
Today, the European Cultural Festival in Algeria wraps up, leaving behind such festivities and events as a beautiful reminder of country's cultural openness.
That's all for me, Nadia Kasmi, and the rest of the team. For more news, visit our website and other social media networks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.